Most people you know aren't aware that life is a game meant to be won. That's why you see them feeling stuck, tired, and bored. By the end of this video, not only will you understand the purpose of the game, but also the rules and how to win it. Welcome to alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. Hello Aluxers, and welcome back to the Sunday motivational video. Let's clear something up right from the get-go. Life is a strategy game. You don't even choose to play the game to begin with. You don't choose your character or the location where you drop on the map. The good thing is, though, you can customize your character as you progress. The goal of the game is to use the resources you have at your disposal to build a life you're proud of. And this is your responsibility and yours alone. Life is a single-player game with cooperative quests. You are born alone. You will die alone. There are quests where the game will require multiple players, but overall, it's your decision how you're going to play the game. The key to winning is simply managing your resources. Time is your most valuable resource. You have to protect it and leverage it for long-term fulfillment because it's the only resource that is not replenishable. Later in the game, money also plays an important part. So do relationships, health, and your ability to embrace sacrifice. And the only way to judge your own performance in the game of life is to play it. The only real IQ test is if you get what you want in life. Everything else is bullshit. Think about your life and what it was like growing up. Your childhood is your tutorial stage. You don't have much input on the narrative. You have to simply survive and understand the basics. You absorb like a sponge the culture that you're in, the behaviors of those in your environment, and that's where your version 1 software gets installed. The problem is, the game is rigged against you. Here's why. Every child is trained by their parents for a world that is one generation out of date. That's the catch with the tutorial. You're getting a general idea of what life will be like, but nothing concrete. You learn by watching your peers play the game and by playing alongside them. Small choices shift your destiny as you figure out who you are. You might have never thought about it like this before, but the seat you choose in class decides your life, because we become just like the people we play with. That's why your mom told you not to play with that kid who ate dirt. For as long as you live, you'll be the average of the 5 people you spend most of your time with. Once you finish school, life changes from linear to an open world game. For the remainder of your life, you're free to move around and explore the world. Not every place has the same opportunities for growth. Since you're on a lower level and life is a strategy game of managing resources, you need to get your hands on more of them. Farming for resources isn't the same everywhere. Change locations and you'll find it easier to make some progress. The game is set up in such a way that you can win no matter where you are on the map. But some regions are a lot more difficult to play than others. Lucky for you, the version you're playing right now has the most absurd abundance of opportunities, walkthroughs, and tutorials there's ever been. This is why 4 million people subscribe to us on YouTube, for this specific kind of insight. Here's the thing. Everyone else is playing the same game as you at the same time, with slightly different quests. The way you play completely changes once you realize others have won the game you're about to play, and you can learn from them. In your early stage, the game is focused on building experience. You just farm XP until you can level up. As you progress, though, more narratives open up to you and you become a stronger player. There are a lot of mini games you get to play along the way, like sports, entertainment, dating, traveling, or sex. But don't mistake the side quest for the main storyline. The difference between video games and real life is that in video games, you have a much clearer sense of the objectives. Games are structured on incremental progress in quests. First, talk to this person, then go there, defeat this dragon, return with the item for the reward. And life is built the same way. The only difference is you won't be told what you have to do next. You'll have to figure that out yourself. The truth is, everyone knows exactly what they should be doing in order to win the game of life. But unlike video games where you can speed run through them or change difficulty settings, life has a pretty straightforward rhythm. It's like a Super Mario game where time only passes forward and not backwards. The main rules of the game are separated into two: the laws of physics and the laws of society. Ironically, the more we think about it, the more we realize life is the only game where your skin, unfortunately, actually matters. That has to do with those societal rules we mentioned earlier. The higher the level you're on, the more difficult the challenges you have to solve. Everything difficult in your life right now is a test to see if you're ready to level up. If you're unable to solve a problem, it simply means you don't have enough experiences or resources to overcome it. So, you either go back to farming for resources, check the tutorial, or a walkthrough somewhere online. Whenever a problem or challenge occurs, you can respond with either A, a solution, or B, a distraction. Whichever you choose will become a keyboard shortcut in the future, so choose carefully because distractions won't get you to the top of the mountain. If life is a game, then self-confidence is a cheat code. Those who believe they can usually do. Other players will react based on how you're playing the game. The more action you take, the more rewards will follow. Do not fantasize, do not complain, because none of these will move the game forward for you. If you want to make real progress, focus on skills. Choose your skills carefully because some skills are more valuable than others. Click in the top right corner to see a list of 15 skills that will pay off forever. Because skills don't add up, they multiply. So skill stack on top of the other. Combinations of skills are incredibly powerful. As you mature in the game of life, money becomes one of the most valuable resources. Figure out money and all money challenges are taken care of. It's incredibly hard to get rich working for somebody else, so start a business and watch your life unfold. In the early stages, you will need to trade for money, and the most abundant resource you can trade at this level is time. Be careful what you do with your money. The hack to solving money is to solve expensive problems for people who have money for the solution. Your early days should be focused on capital gains. You need a lot of money and fast. So be willing to sacrifice as much as you can afford to. Live below your means and get those gold coins. Willpower is incredibly important, but it's diminishing throughout the day, so maximize its value in your productivity cycle. And once you get good at it, don't spend the money you've earned. Invest it. Most people work and then buy things. Those who win the game of money work and invest, and those investments pay for the things they want. You win the game of money once you no longer live off earned income. At this stage, your investments generate more money than you need to keep playing the game, so you're free to do what you please. Children change the game dynamic. Time and energy suffer. Plus, they introduce random events into the mix. Personal development is considerably slower at this stage, so ideally you'd want to solve as much of the day-to-day mechanics before children. Stay optimistic and solution-oriented. Pessimism is the easiest game to play. Just point at everything around you and label it as bad and unchangeable. Congrats, you're just wasting your time in the game. Do not disregard the flow of time. Too many people think they'll enjoy the game when they're old, but certain quests are only available to you at this moment in time and will never be available again. Time also flows at different speeds. The 10 years between 25 and 35 are far shorter than the 4 years between 14 and 18. It all boils down to how you spend your time. Games are supposed to be fun, but also challenging, so embrace challenges as they come. Although life may seem structured as a competence hierarchy, you can enjoy playing a game even if you're not at the very top of the leaderboard. Everyone is playing the same game to be happy and fulfilled. Your childhood memories serve as proof. A game is a lot more enjoyable when you're playing it with fun people, so choose to play with those who bring a smile to your face. Throughout your life, you will encounter NPCs. Be kind to them because they're there to make your journey more pleasant. How you treat those who can do little for you will determine how rough the road of life will be. If you optimize your gameplay for a life well lived, it doesn't matter what other players do. You see, all players die after about 29,000 days. That's about 80 years. We encourage you to check out how many days you've already spent. Most likely, there isn't a respawn when all of this ends, so you get one chance to play this game we call life. So play it well. Be proud of your highlight reels and to the people you shared the game with. Be a team player. Make memories, and above everything else, understand that life is a perpetually challenging game, meaning you only win when you decide you've won the game. Otherwise, you'll spend all of your time playing to get to a finish line that you'll never find. And this is where we end up with two schools of thought. One who think life is a game with a set of rules and you get to play however you want. And the second school of thought that thinks life is a movie with a predetermined script where you have no power to change the ending. We want to know where you stand on this, because this distinction changes how you're going to live your life. So we're asking, do you believe life is a game or a movie? Let us know in the comments why you think the way you think. Hopefully the entire community will benefit from your input. And as for the loyal Aluxers who always watch our videos until the very end, of course, there's always a bonus waiting for you. You can have anything you want in life, but not everything. You have to be specific and willing to choose. Why? Because no matter what you do, you're running on limited resources, so there's always going to be an opportunity cost. The good news is you can be more than one thing at a time or at different points in time. Aluxers, you can get anything you want in life if you're willing to figure out the cost required to get it, and be willing to put in the work at the expense of everything else. The only reason why most people never get what they want in life is because they're not willing to become the person worthy of it. Once you change yourself, your reality changes with it. The rewards in the game of life are pretty linear. Do this, get that. So it's just a matter of doing it. We want you to deeply think about what you want from life and change the way you think about progress. Start thinking about life as a game. You get to play this game, and it's gonna be so much fun you're not gonna believe it. Treat it as such, and you'll enjoy every second of it. Too many people never level up. They're stuck playing the same level over and over again. For them, the game feels boring. But if you know a game has hundreds of levels, why would you stop at level 10 thinking this is more than enough? Embrace the challenge and find out where the storyline leads you. If you're ready for it, write "Game On" in the comments. Let's see how many of you are already playing. Thank you for watching this video, Aluxers. We're really proud of it since we've always thought about life as a game. If you agree and found value in this video, we encourage you to subscribe to our channel. You should watch this video next. It's about the rules of winning at life. Really good stuff. See you tomorrow.